From the CyberHub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the CyberHub Podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to this morning's episode. It's Monday, October 24th, 2022, the last week of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And what a month this has been. We've got a packed show this morning with stuff coming from Adobe, GitHub, as well as a CISA warning. And then Israel and Iran, the US and Russia all start to sound the alarms of an alliance forming somewhere. We'll talk about that on this morning's show as well. And what does that mean for practitioners? Before we do that, though, it'd be very, very evil of me or not good to not kick it off with my double espresso. I've got my double espresso, whatever you're drinking this morning. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you drink it. I hope it's yours. I hope it powers you through this Monday. Coffee cup cheers. CyberHubPodcast.com. Make sure to subscribe. Find us on your favorite podcast listening platform. Go to our YouTube channel at CyberHub Podcast, youtube.com/CyberHub Podcast, and subscribe there as well. You can catch a whole slew of awesome content there too. So let's get into Adobe Illustrator that has a vulnerability that's rated critical, but the exploit is not so easy. According to Adobe, Illustrator 2021 and 2022 for Windows and Mac OS are affected by an improper input validation and an out-of-bound read vulnerability that could lead to malicious code execution. Adobe assigned the flaw a critical severity rating based on the CVSS score. The vulnerabilities are high severity. However, the exploitation here is not so easy. The issues were reported to Adobe through Trend Micro's Zero-Day Initiative by Tran Van King, malware analyst in the services division of the Vietnam-based cybersecurity firm VinCSS, a subsidiary of Vingroup. The researchers said that an attacker would need to send a malformed file to the targeted user and convince them to open the file using a vulnerable version of Illustrator. In addition to the social engineering component, exploitation of the vulnerability is not easy due to the need to bypass memory protection mechanisms in Windows such as DAP and ASLR, according to Tran. Adobe assigned the flaw a priority rating of 3, which indicates that the software giant does not expect them to be exploited in malicious attacks, but nonetheless, it'd be worthwhile to just do the upgrade and not take the risk, especially the patching. So thousands of GitHub repositories are delivering fake POC exploits with malware. Researchers at the Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science found thousands of repositories in GitHub that offer fake proof of concept exploits for various vulnerabilities, some of which are malware themselves. GitHub being one of the largest code hosting platforms in the world, and researchers use it plenty of times to publish POC exploits. The brilliant geniuses behind how to get malware on devices were like, what if we just started putting in POCs for different vulnerabilities, but when someone got it, it's really malware. Brilliant. And there's that piece right there. And then they did it and it worked. The researchers analyzed about 47,300 repositories advertising an exploit for a vulnerability disclosed between 2017 and 2021 using the following 3 mechanisms: IP address analysis, binary analysis, and hexadecimal and base 64 analysis. It's Monday. I'm struggling for some reason. Of the 150,734 unique IPs extracted, 2,864 matched block list entries, 1,522 were detected as malicious in antivirus scans at VirusTotal, and 1,069 of them were present in the abuse IDDP database as well. So the binary analysis examined the set of 6,160 executables and revealed a total of 2,164 malicious samples hosted in almost 1,400 repositories. All in all, you should be aware that not everything in GitHub is safe. CISA's warning of a Daixin, did I say that right? Daixin team targeting health organizations with ransomware. So CISA issued this joint advisory with several intelligence agencies of attacks perpetrated by cybercrime gang known as the Daixin team, primarily targeting the healthcare sector in the company. They're a ransomware and data extortion group that has targeted the healthcare sector with ransomware and data extortion operations since at least June of this year. The alert, which was published by the FBI, CISA, and HHS, all three jointly, talks about over the past 4 months, the group's been linked to multiple ransomware incidents in the healthcare and public health sector, encrypting servers related to electronic health records, diagnostics, imaging, and internet services. It's also said to have exfiltrated PII and patient information as part of a double extortion scheme to secure ransom from the victims, not only the healthcare facilities, but also the victims. One of the attack was aimed at the Oak Bend Medical Center on September 1st, with the group claiming to have siphoned roughly 3.5 gigs of data, including 1 million records with patients and employee information. It also published a sample containing 2,000 patient records on its data leak sites, which includes names, genders, DOBs, social security numbers, addresses, other appointment details, according to databreaches.net. So the alert is out there. If you're in healthcare, be mindful of these guys. The Albanian Prime Minister has landed in Israel yesterday for a significant visit around joint cyber defense. Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama arrived in Israel for an official visit that will include meeting with Israeli cyber defense officials, according to the Israeli Foreign Ministry. Rama's 3-day visit comes a month after Albania severed diplomatic ties with common foe Iran over a July cyber attack that targeted the Albanian governmental websites and services. After Albania cut ties, a second cyber attack from the same Iranian sources hit an information system that records Albanians' border entries and exits, causing delays for travelers. Israel and Iran being arch rivals. Now, Rama will meet with Israeli caretaker Prime Minister Yair Lapid, and they'll be talking about bilateral ties, overcoming common challenges, and obviously an emphasis on the Iranian threat. Lapid's using this as kind of like a campaign thing. Israel's on its 5th election in 3 years, folks, if you haven't gotten the memo. So you can see that there. He'll also meet with Israeli President Isaac Herzog, as well as with many cybersecurity officials. I've been told that he'll also be checking out some tech. So with that being said, Albania comes to Israel for that. And Iran's nuclear agency says that their email servers were hacked. This is a big story that's been kind of suppressed everywhere, and I don't know why. So the Iran's Atomic Energy had their email server and one of the email servers of their subsidiary hacked. They're saying it's about the Masa Amini protest, which they are, right? But the stuff that's been released there is essentially their entire nuclear program. Kind of the conversations about all kinds of things going on with how the Iranian nuclear program is going. The fact that this hasn't gotten mainstream significant play is mind-boggling to me. Like literally mind-boggling, because as practitioners, the moment you see like data leaks out, we want to see it. We definitely want to look at it right here, right now in this situation. The Biden administration is trying to come to some sort of deal with the Iranians. And meanwhile, these guys are doing whatever they want within their own confines and really breaking through the GCPOA. And these emails prove it, and there's nothing there. No one's doing a darn thing about it. So funny how that goes. All right, that's it for our show today, folks. We'll be back with a whole lot more tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and stay cyber safe.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.